everyone, my name is Lauren Mendelsohn. I am the host of Our Strength Within, where I'm trying to create a community where people feel heard and seen, dealing with invisible illnesses, and the people who are affected by them, our caregivers, our support systems. I want to make sure people have a place to come and share their experience or just need someone to talk to. Just know that I'm here and you have a whole community around you. I am currently live from Montana. It's my happy place. It's where my journey began. So excuse the cars and the wind. I just wanted to show you the beautiful mountain view. Last episode, I mentioned that my first episode may have not started on March 26th of 2020. It may have started 9 months earlier. But I want to give you a little insight about my background and who I am, and then we'll go into that. So I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. My whole family's there. They've been there since 1972. Aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, everyone's in Orlando. So I grew up with a twin. We're both 24 now, and I grew up with a little brother who's 18. And we have the most amazing parents in the world and just an amazing family in general. I'll speak about it a little later, but my support system has really given me the strength to be able to come forward, speak to all of you, and just bring light into the world. I've learned throughout my whole life that you have to find the good in every day. So whoever I'm talking to, if it's friends, if it's my boyfriend, if it's my siblings, whoever it is, I ask them, what's your favorite part of your day? My days are not perfect, but I know waking up every day without a seizure's a win for the day. I know when I'm sitting outside and I see a cardinal fly by the window, even if I'm having a really hard day, I know that my Zizi is looking over me. My grandfather passed my senior year of high school, and it was really hard for my entire family. But when we see him, it brings us joy. So find that one thing every single day that brings you joy, that makes a hard day even better, that makes a hard day even easier. So growing up, my parents always put me in sports. I think it kept me out of trouble, the most of it, but it taught me discipline. It taught me teamwork. It taught me how to be competitive, and I loved it. It took up most of my time. School and sports. School was always my job. My parents grew up with telling me, Lauren, school is your job. You don't have to work if you do well in school. Because at the end of the day, when I graduated, college was paid for because I had straight A's. I was the nerd in the class. I graduated 15th in my class. I just like doing well. So I grew up playing basketball and I played tennis on my off season. There's one thing that I think sports really taught me, and it's helped me through my journey of being diagnosed with epilepsy, is that you never quit. I put a lot of pressure on myself. And when I was playing sports and when I was doing things, there was always something I was always working towards. I never wanted to give up. I always knew that there's something I could do every single day to make myself better. I don't know if you've heard it. I've heard it from multiple people in my life. It's that do something and get 1% better in some area in your life every single day. Because over time, the little things will gradually turn into a huge difference. Another thing about me is that I love traveling. I like learning about the places I go. I lived abroad in college. I went to Morocco and Spain and Italy. My most amazing experience was when I lived in Israel. I lived there for 4 months. That was actually after I was diagnosed and seizure-free for 6 months. It was the most amazing experience of my life. I met my best friends there. Everyone there knew I was epileptic because I knew my support system was in America. So it scared me, but I still did it. We talked about never quitting from sports. I never let becoming epileptic hinder me for what I wanted to do. So while I was traveling the world, I was still enrolled at UCF. I did go to class. I studied finance and got a minor in Judaic studies. I was involved in clubs. I was really heavily involved with the Jewish community. Just like I want to bring a voice to all of you, I wanted to make sure that people in college felt seen, that they felt like they had a voice. So being in leadership roles made me feel like I could make a difference. So when I was in college, I lived a door apart from my twin brother. We both studied finance, and we were in the same classes, the same time, the same professor, and we were just always together. You know, he texted me every morning and every night when we were in college, "Did you take your medication?" He's my support system when we were away from home. We both do the same thing for our careers now. We both started in college. And there's something about having a best friend as your twin. Yes, we may not get along all the time, but when I need something or something happened or anything, he was always there. There's a video of me when I had one of my seizures, and Ryan was on the phone in the background asking me, "Is she breathing? Is she okay?" Put his hand in front of my nose to make sure I was breathing. And you can just hear all the care and love he has for me. It's scary. For all the caregivers that are listening, it's scary for all of you. And so just having a support system is really important. The summer going into college, I went to FSU to visit one of my best friends. And I came home and I was so sick. Like, I didn't even know what happened. And I went for all the tests. I looked at the flu and any other test. I don't know. I was going to say COVID, but COVID wasn't around before then. So I'm not exactly sure, but I know they didn't test me for mono. And so they put me on an antibiotic. And 2 days later, I woke up with my tongue bitten through. I called my mom. I'm like, "Mom, my tongue feels funny. It looks funny. It looked like there was a hickey on the tip of my tongue." So she said, "I don't know what's going on." We went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Let me run more tests for mono." I was like, "There's no way I have mono. I don't even know what mono really is, but there's no way I have it." And she's like, "Let's just run it." So they ran it, and it came back positive. The doctor said to me, "Lauren, you probably had a reaction to being on an antibiotic, because when you have mono, you should not be on an antibiotic." I'm like, "Why didn't you test for mono before then?" And it was kind of a joke, but like not really. And so I got off of it, and then I didn't even think about it. It healed, and there was just no question after that. There was no follow-up. There was no nothing, because they thought it was just an allergic reaction to the mix of both mono and an antibiotic. And I was tired, but I didn't think much of it. Then fast forward to March of 2020. I have this one episode, and the doctor's like, ask me all these questions. So think about when you've been to the doctor. Did they ask you, "Hey, when did these symptoms start? Did you feel this way last night? Were you born without breathing? Were you there's things that they ask you that you're like, I have no idea. You don't even really think about it in the moment until something happens. So for me, they were asking me all these questions like, "Lauren, were you born breathing?" I'm like, "I don't know." And I looked to my mom. She's like, "Yes, she was." I'm like, "Okay." And then another question was like, "How'd you feel the night before?" I'm like, "I don't even know the night before." And then they were like, "Have you had any symptoms like this where you bit your tongue?" And I'm like, "No." And then me and my mom were looking through pictures. She's like, "Well, this happened in June 2019. I was like, "But there's no way. Like, I've never had a seizure before. I didn't even know that that was a thing." And they're like, "Well, that may have been your first episode." And I was freaked out. Like, I was like, there's no way that, I guess it wasn't detected or no one really knew about it. And so in 2020, I was trying to come to terms that it started 9 months earlier. I still don't know. We still don't know, because my seizures only happen in sleep. So it happened and no one caught me, meaning that we don't know if it happened or not. But it was scary, the whole thing, and trying to figure it out now. Sometimes I don't even want to believe it, that I started my journey in 2019. Like, imagine when you were 18. Did you expect a health change? Even at 35, whatever age it is, like, when you look back, do you truly know when everything started? Maybe there's stuff that was happening early in my life that I never really picked up on. I wanted to share more about myself today because I want to learn from all of you. What's your story? I want you to share it. If you want to share it in the comments or you want to direct message me, I'd love to hear from you. I wanted to bring insight to the unknown of my journey. I don't know if it started on March 26th of 2020 or it started 9 months earlier. I don't know where my journey is going to lead me. I know that I have the support from my family and my friends and my boyfriend and just the community in general. That if I have to overcome something else, I know that they're there. I challenge you to figure out who your support system is so you can lean on them. Ask them questions, express yourself. Make sure you feel heard and seen. So I'm looking forward to sharing more about my journey and hearing from all of you in my next episode. Have a great day.